As per our regular efforts once again, today we have brought you another remarkable piece of updates that has the potential to positively impact the lives of millions in the United States. In this video, we're going to talk about the newly reintroduced bill that would allow immigrants to obtain a green card.
Visit our Swat&Vee channel with your questions to see how best we can help you out with your process. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel.
So, without any further delay, now let's get into the video and find out what the latest updates are on U.S. immigration. Welcome once again. A number of Democrats in the Senate reintroduced a bill that, if passed, would make it possible for immigrants to get a green card. Senator Alex Padilla, a Democrat from California, is taking the lead on efforts to pass Senate Bill 2606, which would amend the Immigration Act of 1929 in order to allow a greater number of immigrants to submit applications for permanent resident status. In a statement, Padilla said, "America's outdated immigration system is hurting countless people and holding back both our country and our economy. A statute known as the Registry Act would be brought up to date by this bill. That law established a process for allowing immigrants to apply for permanent residency through a green card program as long as they arrived in the United States prior to a particular date. The bill would amend that law. In order to be eligible under the law when it was initially enacted in 1929, immigrants were required to provide evidence that they had arrived in the United States prior to 1921. In the succeeding decades, the cutoff date was brought up to date on a number of occasions. However, the most recent time was in 1986, when the date was moved to January 1, 1972, as a result of the Immigration Reform and Control Act. The existing cutoff date of 1972 is no longer fulfilling its intended purpose, said to Angelica Salas, Executive Director of the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights in Los Angeles. The eligibility cutoff date is too far in the past to be relevant for millions of immigrants living and contributing in our communities. According to the Pew Research Center, there are almost 11 million immigrants living in the United States without proper documentation. At least 2 million of these individuals are referred to as dreamers, since they were brought to the United States as children after the cutoff date in place at the time and are now between the ages of 12 and 35. Padilla stated that moving the cutoff date would have a profound impact on millions of immigrants, some of whom have been living, working, and contributing to the United States for decades, by allowing them to live freely without the fear of an uncertain future. This was in reference to the bill that was co-sponsored by Elizabeth Warren, who represents Massachusetts, Cory Booker, who represents New Jersey, Bernie Sanders, who represents Vermont, Ray Lujan, who represents New Mexico, and Dick Durbin, who represents Illinois. It has been 4 months since a group of Democrats in the House of Representatives pushed for an initiative that was comparable to Senate Bill 2606 to update the cutoff date, and now that bill has been reintroduced in the Senate. Despite the fact that numerous attempts have been made, efforts to modernize immigration law in the United States have not been successful. Both the Farm Workforce Modernization Act of 2021 and the American Dream and Promise Act of 2021 have recently been under consideration in the House of Representatives. The former would provide undocumented farm workers with a path to legal status, while the latter would offer undocumented immigrants who arrived in the United States as minors protection from deportation and the opportunity to obtain permanent legal status. The Senate was unable to pass either of the legislation. New regulations regarding asylum seekers came into effect in May after the expiration of the Title 42 policy, which required border agents to refuse entry to the vast majority of persons during the pandemic. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said that it encountered 144,607 individuals at the border in June, despite the fact that the number of arrests made at the southern border has decreased by 70% since the end of Title 42.
I hope you guys found this video extremely helpful. If you know anybody that could benefit from this information, definitely make sure to share this video with them. We are all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can benefit from this video, the more people we want watching this video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs icon. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit on the notification bell for more immigration updates. Bye!